Hello. So before I show the video that I shot with the intentions of posting a video, I want to talk about something ever so briefly, if you don't mind. And because it's my video, I'm going to do it. So apologize if this is not what you were expecting. Certainly it probably wasn't not what I was expecting. But when I shot this video, it probably took me twice as long as it normally does. And if you ever shot content, it's not, if the video is 30 minutes, it probably took an hour to shoot. It's just the way it is. Sometimes you have to stop, you stumble over your words. Sometimes I keep going, but sometimes for the sake of the video, you have to reshoot. So it does take a little longer than the video actually, the length is. But regardless, it took me extra long tonight because I just want to be transparent. I use that word a lot, but I feel like I'm working on being intentional with my words and transparent and saying what I really mean. And it took me so long because I am struggling with, I'm in a really weird season right now, and I don't want to get into it too much, but I'm really in a it's a tough season right now for me, personally, for a number of reasons. And I was struggling with the way the garden looked, the way I'm looking on the screen, now my dogs are shaking the post. Like, everything feels hard right now. You see the video shaking? Yeah, that's my dogs. Can you guys not? Can you just not? This is the This is my reality right now, and everything's hard right now. And so I struggled with making this video because I didn't like anything about where the garden is. Like I said, where the garden is, what it looks like, what my soil looks like, my expectation of what it should be. I feel like we've taken a step backwards in some areas with the garden, and that is only really because of our situation with the dogs. Stop banging on my thing. Come through here. Come here. It's what our lives are right now, and I want to show the beautiful and the joyful and the fantasy romanticized version of the beautiful garden with all the things and the flowers and the butterfly, whatever. But the reality is, it's not always like that, and I'm sorry about that. And life is not always like that. And like I said, right now, for a number of reasons, it's a really hard season for me. So the point of this part of the video is I'm committed to showing the hard, and that even though it doesn't look like and bear with me, even though it doesn't look like my expectation, or it doesn't look like I just feel some personal disappointment. I don't know. It's very strange. Like I said, it's a hard season for me right now. Even though all of those things, I'm going to post it anyway because I think it's important for people to see that. And I talked earlier, and I really mean this. Don't let perfect get in the way of good. I don't struggle with. I love myself, but for some reason I was struggling with the way I was looking on camera. And those things don't matter. It's not always something I struggle with, but I'm posting the video anyway because I think it's important. I think those things are important, and I think it's important for especially women or even men to see other people struggle and persevere. And not that I'm persevering through anything, it's not that serious. But it's feeling like it right now. So I almost didn't post this video at all, but for the sake of documentation and full transparency, even though I am not completely pleased with some things that are happening or what things are looking like, I'm okay with that. I'm going to be okay with that. I'm balancing my truths. I'm not okay with that, but it's going to be okay. I heard podcast, the guy said that this morning. So I'm going to post a video anyway, and if it doesn't look like what my garden looked like in the past, know that that's okay. Right? Okay, so anyway, on with the show.
Hello, welcome to Songbird Homestead. I'm Kimberly. I am a backyard homesteader up in the town and area of Northeast Maryland. We've been here, it'll be 3 years in just a couple of days. It's just a couple of days shy of when we signed and settled on this place. Let me take this off. So June of 23 is when we bought this place. So that means this will be our 4th summer season growing food here, which is wild to think about. First year was like a trial run, second year, whatever, third year, fourth year, I keep thinking, I'm like, all right, this is the year that we're going to get it together. I keep hoping, every year I'm like, hopefully this is the year we don't have to build any fences or build any beds or infrastructure, but as our lives are changing, we are finding that we're still having to do that. We started homesteading a bunch of years ago at our old place, then we bought this place, so for the purpose of homesteading, and basically for us, our motivation is just our broken food system, all the chemicals that get put on foods, how food is handled, the nutritional value when you grow something and pick it and eat it in the next day or a couple days, as opposed to picking something unripe across the country, shipping it using fuel, and it's picked not ripe, which is not at the height of its ideal, the way it was made to be. So it's just better for you when you grow it. Plus it tastes amazing, right? If you've ever picked a strawberry, which I did yesterday, we picked our first strawberry. It's just a whole different, it just tastes completely different. But regardless, like I said, this is our 4th summer. And when we purchased this place, it was a completely blank slate. There was nothing here. And if you've looked at any of my videos, or if you've seen any of my past videos, you'll see that in the beginning, there was nothing. It was a big open place, divided by a fence, nothing on either side. We planted some beds, then we took down the fence, planted some more beds, and planted some more beds, built some more beds, and it was pretty open planned, as you'll see from some of my old videos, but life changes things, and we last year in the fall, in my previous video I talked about, we got 2 lab puppies, which are amazing. They're testing our patience a little bit right now. They're just about 10 months old. Actually they'll be 11 months old, well, the end of June, but they're a lot. But regardless, because of the dogs, me and my ignorance, I thought I could just train the dogs to not go in my garden beds. Yeah, I can't do that no more than I could train my chickens. So because of that, we had to put up another fence. God bless my husband. He is the ultimate fence guy. I feel like his nickname should be T-Post. He should be T-Post and I'm Zip Tie, because I feel like every year we have to put up more fencing, and he hammers them in by hand, right? So he hammers them in, we zip tie. So what has happened now is, as opposed to having my open plan big garden, we have fenced in the main garden area. And while I wasn't thrilled with the idea, for the purpose of all of us getting along and all the things existing, we had to do it. And actually I do like the way it's turned out. It's beneficial in some ways, and one of the biggest benefits, I feel like everything is in one space. Now I do have 8 oval garden beds, raised beds, that I used to keep my peppers in. Right now they're empty because I don't trust the dogs or the chickens. So the fence is nice because it keeps the dogs out, the chickens out. He's out there. One of my dogs is inside right now, but it's nice because it keeps them out of this. And I have my own little spot, and I can walk around here barefoot. I'm not stepping in dog poop and that kind of thing. Sorry, that's a reality. I do like to walk barefoot, and I have dogs, and I just would rather not deal with that. But regardless, I do have all my beds planted, so I wanted to show them to you right now. So let's start over here. Some differences are, well, one, like I said, my peppers used to be in my other raised beds. They're not. They're in here in this garden area. My herb bed, my herb is still out there. Oh, here comes the Amazon driver, so my dog's gonna bark. That's okay. Maybe he won't. We'll see if he sees it. I'm sure he will. But the herb bed is still out there. I'm going to leave that. I have another bed with my garlic, and I have things that are tucked in different places all around the homestead, which is nice. And we also, of course, we have our fruit trees and we have our berry bushes and that sort of thing. Let me come out of the sun here. So that's those things haven't changed. I have my green stalks there. I do have 2 green stalks right here, and I have another green stalk, and I use those mostly for like lettuces and carrots and radishes and stuff like that. But let me just show you what I have so far. So this is my tomato bed. This is, gosh, I have my beefsteaks. I have Abe Lincolns here mostly. On the other side, I have, these are all 4 of these, first 4. These are my, let's see what that says. My yellow pear. So these 2 are my yellow pear tomatoes. They're like a little cherry tomato, looks like a pear. They're pretty good. This is my sunrise bumblebee. These 2 are. You can see how tall they are. Oh, I do have 2 here. I didn't realize that. And then these are my white scallop squash. Well, these are white scallop squash and then green scallop squash. And then down here I have, of course, my herbs. I always tuck my herbs everywhere. We've had a cold spring. It was cold and it was wet, and then it was cold again. We had some extreme winds the other day. I feel like I've been complaining about the weather, and I'm like, why is it so cold still? It's spring. We should be, having better temperatures. But I feel like this is the first time, and us Marylanders are not used to this. This is the first time that that spring is actually doing what it's supposed to do. Normally we go from like cold, wet in April to like 85 plus degrees in May. That didn't happen this year. It's been a very slow transition into summer. Which summer is not even, we have a couple weeks left for that. But I feel like we're just not used to that. So I'm like, why is it so cold? But it's actually kind of been nice the last couple days. It's been like in the 70s or whatever. But because of all the cold and rain and wind that we had, my stuff didn't grow in the ground until like the 3rd week of May, which is really late. Last year I put my stuff in like the end of April. Nice to see you, Jagger. So I'm a little bit like, why is my stuff's late? It's fine. We're still gonna get food. It's not a big deal. It's not a race. I'm not worried about it really. I have a second tomato bed over here. Now these are my canning tomatoes, and I'll show you something else. So these here, these are my canning tomatoes, and again, you can see they're just kind of squinkly. Just kind of spindly and just not looking great. That's an Amish paste tomato. In the past, I've done San Marzanos. I'm doing Amish paste this year. Okay, Jagger. It's okay. Sorry about that. Again, I tuck basil into the ends, basil or dill into the ends of most of my beds. These are my peppers. Now, these are my fun peppers. These are, oh gosh, what are these? Okay, yes, so my anchos. I have some cubanelles. What do we have here? Cow horn hot pepper. I've never grown that before. I got these. This is called Hollow's Eve. And then this is the Leviathan Scorpion. If you look at my videos from last year, this is one of our favorites. So I grow a lot of hot peppers because my husband loves spicy food. These varieties here, what we do mostly is he eats them raw, and then we'll also dehydrate them. We'll dehydrate them and jar them and save them. We also dehydrate them and pulverize them and turn them into a powder, which he loves. Right now he has a spice jar of Leviathan gnarly scorpion pepper, whatever it's called, from last year that we grew, and he keeps that in his lunchbox, and it's powder. We have a couple of them still in the basement even, that from last year that we made. We got them from our buddies, Peppers and Pots, I think they're called. They're just local people who grow peppers, and we got them last year. This year when I went to get the plants, the young lady, she recommended the Hollow's Eve, so I'm excited to try them. Now, you probably saw, this is something different, and I'm going to be transparent here. See this? I like to grow all my stuff from seed. This year, because of the weather and the late start and the dogs and what they consumed, I had a lovely assortment of seeds that I had started in my basement, and they just didn't grow like they should have grown. I kept trying to put them outside, and they were just stalling, and then I put them outside, and then the bad weather came and a lot of rain, and they got disease. They didn't make it. So I ended up, there's a saying, and I've said this before, don't let perfect get in the way of good. So for me, that means while I would have rather, I like to have my own stuff from seed. It didn't happen this year, but I'm not going to let that get in the way of me growing my own peppers. So there you have it. That's me, again, being transparent. My bed's kind of wonky. I'm okay with that. My husband has to fix that piece right here. These bricks need to be shimmed up or whatever. The other thing that happened this year, because of the dogs and the chickens last year, they dug a lot of the dirt out, all the soil, and it has taken me a couple years because they were new beds. Again, this is, we moved in 3 years ago. This soil, it was new soil, so we amended it, and I had wonderful soil, but because the dogs and the chickens, they dug it up, I had to get a dump truck load of, I don't know, it was like 8 cubic yards of soil that we wheelbarrowed and put in our beds. By we, I mean mostly my husband. I helped, but I did all the weeding. So, but regardless, it's not great soil. It's just not great. I don't love it. I'm gonna have to work at it. We have compost. I'm gonna have to work it in. It's gonna be another process of getting the soil to where we want it, which is unfortunate, but that's something that happens. Something you'll see that's new this year, these 2 beds here. I'll show you what I have there. So these 2 beds are new. Let's see. You can see in the middle I have onions in both of the beds. Now around them I have celery planted here. We'll see how that does. Probably not very good. This I'm going to put some, I think, Swiss chard in here. And then I have Thai basil, dill, and more Thai basil. You can see the difference in the leaf shape. And then over here, this one has to be weeded. That's another problem with the dirt. It had a lot of weeds. Like this is all weeds. Yeah. These are also onions. I bought onion sets instead of doing from seed. Yellow squash, and I believe yellow squash again. I have a book where I wrote it all down. This is borage, I'm not sure. I like this because the pollinators like it, but you can also eat it and put it in salads. These 2 beds are not complete. Like I said, I have to, I have space in some of them to put other stuff. Because I've shrunk my space, so to speak, I've had to get a little more creative about, the spacing, and I've had to go vertical a little bit. I do have 3 green stalks. I have a pink one. That was my initial one I bought 2 years ago, maybe. I have mostly like radishes, carrots, and I think beets in that one. These 2, they came out with this yellow one last year, and yellow's kind of like been my color. Pink and purple are my favorite, but I'm starting to really love yellow, which is, I don't know, I'm just enjoying it. So they came out with this, and my husband was like, get it, just get it. So that's his answer, just get it. So I did. You don't have to tell me twice. Well, maybe it's twice, but by the 3rd time I was like, okay, I'm in. But then they came out with my favorite, my Raven's purple color. So I had to buy a purple one. So now I have 2 in addition to the pink, so it makes 3. But these I'm mostly using for my lettuces. I have May Queen lettuce, a Rocky Top blend, arugula. The bottom of each one is marigolds and borage, because I like to intercrop plant, and I like to mix flowers in with my things I'm growing, mainly for the pollinators. Plus it's very lovely, but I found that by putting flowers in there, it draws more pollinators in, and I really have I've seen a difference in the yield that I get. So I definitely recommend. And the thing is, you don't have to plan for like a space. I saw someone today, someone was talking, and they were like, oh, I put these things in my bed, and they had a whole space for thyme. And I said, you don't really need that space for thyme. Plant something else there, and then tuck the thyme in the side or the corner on the edge, around the edging or whatever. You know what I mean? And I kind of do the same for flowers. So That's going to be on my lettuces, but like I said, on the bottom I do have pollinators, flowers for pollinators, which I do, again, put them in my other beds. Sorry, I'm all over the place with the camera today. But I also have, these are sunflowers, so I'm trying to grow them and then transplant them in the ground, which they don't love that, but I've had a hard time growing sunflowers in this area because groundhogs and whatever. But now I have my arch trellis, which I'm gonna walk through. I can't wait until this is full grown with stuff. You guys, it's like such a romantic, like, I don't know, it's like the perfect little romantic portal into Wonderland for me when this is all full with different things. Now, I tried this last year and I'm gonna try it again. Look at that. Can you imagine? It's a little wonky, but that's okay. But I'm trying to grow on the edges. I'm trying to grow flowers. This year I'm doing something called, and I'm not gonna remember the name of it. It's like a black-eyed Susan vine, where it's gonna grow up, and then on the left side too. Yeah, anyway, I can't wait. But let me show you what's on here. Now, no beans was my plan. So here's what it looks like from the one side, if you've never seen this. This is where I'm putting, I think it's called Spanish Eyes. It's Black-Eyed Susans. It's going to be here, and then one here, and I'm hoping it grows all up onto this. We'll see. You have to come back later and check and see. We did not grow beans this year, but we do have some that are sprouting, so I'm letting them. I don't know what's going to happen with that, but that's okay. These are our early girl watermelons. This is our petite grise. It's like a small personal size cantaloupe. That says 4. I don't see the other 2. Again, here's more beans. These are our, I think, oh, these are dragon egg cucumbers. They're like a small little, almost like egg size. I'm sorry, these are Marketmore. These are my Soyo Long. And then this is my acorn squash and my, what is that? Oh, my spaghetti squash. Super excited about that. Now, I did not forget this guy or gal. Look at that. It's my sage from last year. Look at that. It overwintered and it's lovely. I'm so excited. So I'm going to dry that sage and then bunch it, or bunch it and then dry it, however works best, so that I have dried bunches of sage for sage burnings. So for the trellis, what I did on one side is, and not everyone does it like this, one side, whatever I planted on one side, I planted on the other side. So when they grow over in the arch, they'll meet each other halfway, so to speak, hopefully in a perfect world. And you don't have to do it like that. Some people will plant one thing on one side of the trellis, something on the other side of the trellis, and it doesn't matter, I don't think. I prefer it the way I do it, which is why I do it that way. But we'll see. Hopefully it'll be lovely. I can't wait. But this bed here, I have my dill, and then I also planted 2 Cajo watermelons. They haven't come up yet, and I don't typically plant my watermelon in this space in beds. Last year I put them this way, all my melons and pumpkins out that way, and it worked wonderful. I don't know how I'm going to do that because I've already feel like I've taken up a lot of the space from the dogs. This is only inside here. They do have lots of space out back, but I know I'm trying to balance those things. So I got to figure out where I'm going to put my melons and my pumpkins. The Cajo melons, they're a personal watermelon also for like 2 people, and they are, I don't know, maybe 5, 6, 7 pounds. And it's like a salmon orange color that they're very good. We've grown them. I think this will be our 3rd year growing, and I really enjoy them. It's like one of my favorite watermelons. And then I also have these are just bell peppers there. Let's see, let me show you these. These are all of my jalapenos, and again, same thing. I had grown these from seed, but then the plants didn't make it, so I just bought them. Got them on sale at one of the big box stores. I'm not sure which one, Lowe's, Home Depot, one or the other. So I think there's 10 or 11 of them. And see how this soil is just crap? Just crap. It's just not good soil. But we're gonna be okay. It's all right, we're gonna be okay. So the reason I grow so many jalapenos and peppers in general is because, like I said, my husband likes spicy food. The first clip that I showed you, that was the ones that I grew, that I'm growing for him, that are just kind of fun. We dehydrate them, we dry them, he eats them raw. The jalapenos, the reason I grow them is for my salsa verde. I make a salsa verde that is highly acclaimed by people who have had it. I guess it's okay, I don't know, but my husband loves it, and that's our love language, so I make it. And in order to make sure I have all the things I need, I do grow a lot of jalapenos. They're just, I don't know, like I said, like I talked about before, I just enjoy being able to come out and pick them and go grocery shopping in my yard, go in and make my husband some salsa, or it's not really a salsa, it's a green sauce basically. And like I said, I do enjoy being able to do that for him. Gosh, what else? Let me show you my gate. Hang on, let's see this. So here's my gate. Now, nothing too impressive. I do have lavender here that I'm growing, and I do have lavender here that I'm growing, and this is my little table of things. I just trying to get a cute little area here going. Rosemary, chives, they're dry, they've probably died. I should probably water them. These are blue bonnets. My husband is from Texas, and I grew blue bonnets before. I love them, I think they're lovely, but it's just my little table, my little area. And I don't mean that my gate isn't impressive, because my husband did build this, but here, let's do this. I mean, I couldn't build a gate, so. Come on. I do want to show you my whole area. Let's see. Hi, Jagger. Come here. But that is the area there. Now you'll see, like I said, it doesn't go, it's not the whole backyard. And then it stops short, and then it doesn't completely encompass the whole back area, which is good for the dogs. What a lovely night. But anyway, that's just my new enclosure area. I do have, you know, my area here where I'm growing stuff. Look at my elderberry, you guys. Like, that thing is probably, like, I'm not kidding, like probably like 9 or 10 feet tall. It's huge. Thanks for stopping by Songbird Homestead. Again, I'm Kimberly. Wasn't a full garden tour. I just wanted to kind of go over the, you know, show you my new area, kind of go over some of the things with it. Oh, I forgot to talk about, and I'm not going to do a whole thing, but like, see these 4 little, 1, 2, 3, 4, the little circular raised beds? They're zinnias. Again, like I mentioned before, I like to plant flowers. I'm doing an experiment this year. So the first one, the one way up there, that one is from seeds that I saved. So I saved seeds, I deheaded them, threw them in a bag, and I used those seeds for the first one. Number 2, 3, and 4, I can't figure out where I'm pointing, but regardless, 2, 3, and 4 are seeds that I planted from from packets that I got this year. Just an experiment for me to see how well all of that works. You know, we'll see. I do. Another thing, I have a peach. My peach tree is growing peaches. And this is my little perennial garden here. But I don't want to get too deep in all of that. So have a great night, have a great day, have a lovely afternoon, whatever time of the day it is for you. Again, thanks for stopping by Songbird Homestead, and I hope to talk to you again soon.